story that may or may not, if I were to have recorded that day in his life, have sounded exactly like this. So what choice is he making to convey his day in a particular way? Let's look at the dialogue. What happens with the woman who asked about the women's bathroom? Fernando.
Well, hey, the woman that asked about the bathroom?
Yeah.
She just or he gives her like a sort of like sarcastic sort of answer.
He gives her a sarcastic answer. Do you think that when he says, I want to leave over and say, I'm going to have you killed, do you think he actually felt that in that moment? Do you think he actually said it? Like, what is that doing there in this piece?
He probably wanted to say it.
Okay. So he's maybe heightening the expectations of what actually happened that day to make it more extreme. What else do we see him doing here? Talk to me about his use of language. Trevor.
About the I'm gonna have you killed, I think it's like also talking about having you fired, like a very snarky remark, just to say that, like, you know.
Yeah, so he's making a connection between the way he has her say, I'm going to have you fired, and then he makes up, I'm going to have you killed. What if that woman actually came to him that exact day, and if we were to have recorded it, she said, you should get fired. He couldn't have made the joke, I'm going to have you killed. So maybe he tweaked the way she actually said that for humor, for irony, for that parallelism of the two statements. So little tweaks like that may have actually happened based on the actual things that happened that day versus how he wants to convey them to us. So we can have maximum humor or parallelism or irony happen. Let's talk about, there's one other thing going on here. Whenever someone is ironic or satirical, they often do something. They often use language in a particular way to entertain us. Does anyone remember, for example, in a modest proposal, how language was used? I'll give you a hint. I want you to take a look at the start of excerpt 2. He's doing something intentional with language here that a lot of satirical writers use. How many people went to go see Santa?
Me.
22,000.
What you got?
Wait, you asked me to go see Santa.
Yeah, how many people went to go see Santa?
There was something like a couple.
Huh?
What do you mean?
I'm asking you a literal question. How many people went to go see Santa? What does he describe?
Oh, a lot.
Okay, that's not what he literally said. What does he literally say? Okay, Alexis, do you think literally 22,000 people went to go see Santa? So what is he doing by saying 22,000? What rhetorical device or use of language is he employing? That's the thing, hyperbole. Very good. So he's got some hyperbole or extreme exaggeration here. Are there any other examples of extreme exaggeration or hyperbole in his use of language so far? There's one really obvious one. Chavez, see if you can find it. Another example of hyperbole in this excerpt.
I'd say the back hallway with general people.
That's not bad. Yeah, not bad. So a little bit of exaggeration there. What else? Char.
The woman asked me 1,000 questions.
The woman asked me 1,000 questions already. So there's a lot of in that. A lot of extreme exaggeration or hyperbole there. Yesenia.
Would the I'm going to have you killed be a hyperbole too?
Absolutely. She says, I'm going to have you fired, and I want to say, I'm going to have you killed. Right? There's an extreme exaggeration there, too, in his reaction. How he wants to respond to her is extreme. So his persona also has a voice that relies on hyperbole, relies on exaggeration, relies on snark. So if he were to write an entire creative nonfiction piece, I would expect that style to continue. That is like his trademark, his calling card for the way that he's telling the story. Okay, let's look at excerpt 3. We're going to see perhaps a theme emerge in excerpt 3. I said that in creative nonfiction, we not only have a clear persona and a clear tone, we also eventually, at some point, can see what the central message or theme is of the piece. So what is the persona and the tone? What are they working to share with you about how human existence works, how we all interact with each other? So I need person 3 to read the third excerpt. What I'd like you to do as you listen is ask yourself, do I have a slightly better understanding of what he's trying to teach me or share with me about human life, human nature? Where's my third person? Jonathan.
This morning I worked as an exit out, telling people in a loud voice this way I'd say home. A woman was standing at one of the cash registers paying for her pictures while her son lay beneath her, kicking and heaving, having a tantrum. The woman said, "Riley, if you don't start behaving yourself, Santa is not going to bring you any of those toys you asked for." The child said, "He is too going to bring me toys, liar. He already told me." The woman grabbed my arm and said, "You there, elf. Tell Riley here that if he doesn't start behaving immediately, then Santa's going to change his mind and bring him coal for Christmas." I said that Santa changed his policy and is no longer traffics in coal. Instead, if you're bad, he comes to your house and steals things. I told Riley that if he doesn't behave himself, Santa was going to take away his TV and all his electrical appliances and leave him there in the dark. The woman got a worried look on her face and said, "All right, that's enough." I said, "He's going to take your car and your furniture, all of your towels and blankets, and leave you with nothing." The woman said, "No, that's enough, really."
Okay, so ask your partner. Okay, we've got a new moment in his life as an elf. Perhaps a theme or realization about human existence is starting to emerge. What might it be? What might he be hinting at for why he even is writing this in the first place? Discuss.
My arm is great, Trevor. Just saying. Huh? I don't know, man. I don't know. What?
Oh, guilty. Let's see.
No.
What do we think? What might be the hint of what he's trying to share by writing this piece? He has this experience. He's a crappy job. But I feel like he's starting to show how his crappy job might actually have taught him more than just don't have crappy jobs. What might he have learned or observed about human nature in this job? Miss Talia, what do you think? What's interesting to you? Huh? What's interesting to you about what you just read?
I think what I found interesting was instead of like telling the little kids to like behave because Santa won't bring him toys, he turned it into a whole different thing, like that generally gonna take away everything that he owns. And like it like sort of turned into like materialistic things like that like holidays are usually about. Like it's like the little kid knew that he was gonna get toys already because it was the holiday anyways.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot contained in what you just said. Let's take it piece by piece. The first thing you said is that he responds to the child not by saying Santa's not going to give you what he wants, but Santa's going to take away everything you own. What is he as a writer doing right here? Alexis.
He's like speaking to the child as an adult.
Yeah, but go further than that. Why did we laugh? A lot of us laughed right here. What was funny about this? Yeah, Quinn.
The kid cared more about like the stuff he already has than anything that you can get.
Okay, I think we're taking this all very seriously. This is a funny piece. So I think you're right. There's stuff going on with the kid loving material things. I think we should come back to that. But why is it funny for David Sedaris as an elf to respond to this kid and be like, no, he's not going to give you coal. He's going to come to your house and steal everything. Why is that making us laugh? Chavez.
He takes it too far.
Thank you. He takes it too far. Right? I have no idea if he actually said this that day. My guess is he didn't, though. My guess is he maybe thought this, and he dialed it up in his piece for humor. We have more of that exaggeration and that hyperbole that we've come to see his persona relies on for effect. Now let's come to, well, why? Why is he taking it too far here? What is he trying to teach us? I think both Natalia and Quinn started to get to it with the kid loves material things. So let's take it a bit further than that. What do you notice about the interaction between the mom and the kid? Because that might help us get closer to the message of this piece. What's remarkable, perhaps, about how they interact with each other? Christmas week, in a mall, waiting for Santa. Yeah, what do you think?
So like the kid's having a tantrum and the mom's like, calm down. She's like nothing really. And then the kid's like,
Oh no, the mom does not say
Oh.
calm down. The mom says, if you don't start behaving
Oh,
yourself,
oops, never
Santa's not
mind,
gonna
never
bring you
mind.
any toys.
never mind.
Mom is not like ho hum. The mom has a strong reaction. So can you try again, Fernando? What do you think?
Oh, so they're just like super angry along with like almost every other.
Okay, great. So we've got a continuation of the people in the mall as being angry or short-tempered. What else do we notice about the people in the mall? Remember, it's Christmas week. We're here to see Santa. Clara.
While Christmas is supposed to be all about like loving each other and being happy and stuff, they're all like really like on edge almost, and the theme of Christmas isn't really like prevalent in general.
So he depicts the people in the mall as selfish, as angry, and Clara is saying, okay, well that's maybe not what I expect to have around Christmas. That's not the message of Christmas. We're starting to get somewhere now. I think what I want to push you on is like, stop accepting everything he's telling you. Keep asking yourself why. Why is it there? I meant to think something. And if I laugh, why am I laughing? So we're taking him a little too seriously right now. I think we need to consider more his humor. Final excerpt might make it a little bit more clear what his purpose was, why he wrote this. Who's my fourth person? You? Okay, Tom, fourth excerpt.